Hello, welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of April 3rd, 2019. Let's get right into it. It's actually a really fairly small week. First up, we have the Terminus Agenda, Deathstroke number 42. This continues, the Terminus Agenda, the crossover with the Teen Titans. This is part 2. I don't normally pick up Deathstroke, but since it is having a crossover with Teen Titans, kind of have to. So I've enjoyed it so far. We'll see how the whole crossover event does, but for me, I've enjoyed it. So next up is one for my daughter, and that's Disney's Frozen Reunion Road Part 2. Yep, Frozen. She likes it. Let her read it at some point. Next up, we have Green Lantern number 6. I'm super stoked because Adam Strange is in this. I haven't been the biggest fan of Morrison's Green Lantern. Liam Sharp's art is amazing, but the story is I just don't. Morrison sometimes is hit or miss for me. I'm not a huge fan of his, but again, we'll see. But yeah. Next up, we have Harley Quinn number 60. Harley's gonna get going crazy on some people. Yep. What can I say? I like Harley Quinn. Gillian March art on the cover. Cool stuff. Next up, we have Justice League number 21. Snyder's been doing a fantastic job on Justice League. I'm really curious to see what happens in this issue. It was a big cliffhanger at the end of issue 20, so I'm looking forward to seeing what is in store for us with issue 21. Next up is the last issue in a 6-issue mini, and that's for Suicide Squad Black Files. I've enjoyed the 2 stories running through this. We'll see if what happens with Suicide Squad after this mini. Hopefully it will be coming back. We'll see. But yeah, no main Suicide Squad, and this is the last mini. So, and finally on my pull list is Young Justice number 4. I've really enjoyed Young Justice so far, so I'm curious to see where it goes. Bendis has done a good job on that book. Really interesting stuff. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. The team's kind of coming together, so it's really just, it's not jumping straight in and they're a team in the first issue. This one's building on and making them a team as the story progresses. There were some books that we were shorted this week, specifically 2 of them that I normally get, and that is The Adventures of Super Sons number 9. I'm super bummed because it had Jonah Hex in it. I love Jonah Hex. And The Dreaming number 8, I believe, was the other one that was delayed this week for us. So I'll be getting those probably next week or the week after, and they'll be up on, I'll show them when I get them. But those 2 are not on the pull list this week. I did grab a couple variant covers. First one was for Deathstroke number 42. I thought that was a pretty cool cover, so I snagged that one up. Of course, Harley Quinn had a Frank Cho variant for issue 60. So I snagged that one up. I liked the Green Lantern one, so I picked that one up as well. And finally, Young Justice had a pretty cool one, so I decided to grab it for issue 4. I did pick up one trade this week that came in special order. Well, I picked up 2 trades, but this one was special order that I got at the shop. Animosity Volume 4, The Walled City. I've really enjoyed Animosity. I read it in trade. It's really cool. Marjorie Bennett, who wrote the DC Bombshells series, I was okay, but towards the end it just teetered off. But I really like her Animosity. It's really, really cool. The premise is basically animals wake up one day and can speak and are basically, intelligent. So what happens in a world like that, especially when animals most likely start taking revenge on humans because of all the horrible shit we do to animals. So I really like Animosity. It's really, really cool. If you get a chance, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's from Aftershock. But yeah, really cool stuff. I did have a special order come in for my daughter, and it's from Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's the Rock Candy Rapunzel doll. My daughter loves Rapunzel, so I snagged up that for her. So hopefully she likes it and puts it in her room and displays it and goes, "My daddy likes me." Well, she says I like her. She's just like, "Look, Daddy, you got me this." So I did pick up something on Friday that I wasn't going to pick up, but the geek in me and the nerd in me just basically said, "Yeah, no, I gotta get it because it's, yeah." So I had to get new tires on my truck, and that was a huge fiasco on Friday. Costco, where I bought the tires, got my number wrong. So when my tires were in, they called the wrong number. So I didn't know that my tires were there for about a week and a half. And then when I finally go in and take my truck in and say, okay, put the tires on, they say, oh, well, we can't because of your lug nuts are rounded, but my lug nuts weren't rounded, so I had to go pick up my tires and then go over to another place. This other place was near where I bought this thing from. But yeah, it was a huge ordeal on Friday to get new tires on my truck. Really sucked. Shouldn't have been like that, but oh well. But while me and my kids were waiting for tires to get put on my truck, we walked over to Barnes & Noble, and we perused around Barnes & Noble, and the sucker that I am, picked up the Mr. Miracle trade, the Barnes & Noble exclusive cover. I really like this cover. The glitchy one is really cool. The nerd in me just is like, just buy the regular one, and then buy the deluxe hardcover, because, you like it. So yeah, so I picked up Mr. Miracle. So while I was waiting, I read through a couple issues. So I need to pick it back up and finish reading it. But damn, Mr. Miracle's so good. If you haven't read Mr. Miracle, you need to. It is fantastic. Yeah, that is actually it for this week. Like I said, very small week this week. Yeah, so I did want to mention that one of our listeners to the Comics Conspiracy podcast, named Tyler, goes to comic book conventions around where he lives, and he is gracious enough to get myself and my fellow Conspirator hosts stuff from these conventions, and specifically things signed by people. So Tyler sent us a care package from C2E2 this year, and he got me specifically a Harley Quinn 56 Frank Cho cover, signed by Frank Cho. So awesome sauce, like it's to me. Woohoo! I love it because I don't get to go to cons and meet creators, so it's really amazing that he does this. And then, of course, he got an Art Germ cover signed, and he got the Catwoman #4, which is a really awesome cover signed by Art Germ. So thank you, Tyler. I do appreciate it. Yes, you need to get more She-Hulk statues because they're cool. So yeah. But you can listen to... if you listen to the Comics Conspiracy this week, episode 395, I know I said the wrong episode last week. It was supposed to be 394 last week. I said the wrong one. I know it. But 395 this week, we talk a little bit of WonderCon because Kevin Sharp went down to WonderCon. But we also open Tyler. Well, we get distributed the nice things that Tyler got us from C2E2. So again, Tyler, thank you very much. But yeah, can't wait to put those in my little collection of signed to me things that I haven't actually met the creators. It's cool. I like it. It's fun. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. I know there was a couple comments last week about what I said about my living situation is going to change. I'm basically not sure exactly what's going on yet. I'm trying to formulate a couple plans. Stuff won't happen for about a month or two, for a few months. So I will still be consistent in bringing you these videos. It may change that I don't do pull list videos on this channel. I may do only reviews and unboxings, so we'll see. But let me know what you think I should do on this channel. Because it's going to be changing, and I'm going to need to change with it or just abandon it, but I don't want to abandon it because I enjoy doing it. So yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, all that fun stuff. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We, like I said, just recorded episode 395, where we talk WonderCon, and we get a gift from Tyler, as well as we have a huge discussion on Batman. Batman turned 80 years old. Detective Comics 1000 came out last week. If you didn't grab your copy, you need to track one down because it is an amazing issue. But yeah, we talk all about our favorite Batman moments, our Batman artists, all that stuff. So we do a fairly long podcast on just Batman and our enjoyment of Batman. So check it out. There's a link in the description below for that. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes before we record, and for us to getting products. So thank you very much to all our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely because this hobby is super expensive, and yeah, I'm blessed to be able to get what I get, which may be changing, but that's okay. I can change with the times. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the Amazon links here or on my website, conspiratorbrock.com, and buying something through those. When you click through and buying something, that I get a little bit of cut, and it gives me some Amazon money, so thank you for that. Or if you want to help me out like really directly, you can go over to my eBay page and see what I'm getting rid of and buy something there. Right now I only have t-shirts up. I do have a handful of things I need to get up there. Hopefully I'll be able to I'll have a chance to do that this weekend or later this week. Yeah, I'm constantly adding stuff to there, but you can definitely help me out if you snag something off of there. So to those who have, thank you. It is much appreciated. And it's going to be probably a place where I'm purging a lot more stuff due to the fact that I'm going to be moving. So I need to purge, and I need some money to make the move and all that stuff. So appreciate it. Thank you very much for your assistance. And yeah, that's it for this week. I did want to say real quick that I'm hopefully going to be able to get to these the Super Sons, the Polar Shield Project, and to Mara Tidebreaker. I really am curious how the DC Zoom imprint and the DC Ink imprint do. We've only gotten a couple things from each, but this is like kind of the first really wave of graphic novels. The Harley Quinn one for ink is coming out, or is in this month's previews, which I wanted to just bring to your attention. Yeah, so it's Harley Quinn Breaking Glass. This one right here. Zoom is doing the Superman of Smallville. But I read a preview of this a while back, and it was good. So I'm super, super excited for that straight-to-graphic novel from DC Ink. So if you're curious about it, make sure you let your store know. The initial orders for it go out or need to be turned in by the end of this month, and it is supposed to be out. Let's see, it's supposed to be out in June, so it's coming up. So yeah, make sure if you use Comic Hub, you can go ahead and look it up through this month's catalog and just place your order for it. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to take off because I got some errands to run. I got to get this video up, and as usual, I'll see you next week.